Today we're watching my main wrestling premiere. I like his content. Well, I can't say I like it. I do like it, but I don't watch it that much. And today I decided to like watch it in front of y'all instead of like just watch it on my own. So I welcome y'all on this journey to growing the channel. My name is Keisha. Really nice to meet you. I ain't no killer. Don't push me. I don't know why I rhymed that. I just did. It is what it is. I'm just rapping. I don't know why. Why I tried. I didn't do the reaction. I'm gonna put this link gonna be in the channel down in the description, the whole shebang. I'm not gonna be one of those other YouTubers who be saying all the regular stuff. Just follow like the whole shebang bang. And let's enjoy the video. See what we got here.
By 2015, John Cena accomplished everything there is to accomplish as a main event talent in WWE. His legacy was set in stone and was considered to be the face of WWE post-Austin and Rock. Usually we didn't see Cena's best until a major feud came out. It didn't show as much as we knew he was capable of. The year of 2007 seemed like his undisputed best, but as time went on there was slight changes to his character and in-ring work. These things made him seem more authentic and natural because it was a super...
I did love seeing John. I grew up with John in the orange shirt. The orange shirt John. Because I remember my fondest memories, or one of my earliest memories of John, was when he got jumped by the Nexus. And my friend told me that was around 2008, 2009. So I came into WWE around from 2007 to 2009. One of those years. That's when I came in. Well, that's when my earliest memories are.
Super good guy from the years of 2006 to 2013. It was fresh seeing him approach things from a different direction. Cena stopped being considered the underdog, but that in itself would be explored in a much deeper way later on. So to put Cena's character in perspective, he was a super good guy who never cheated to win and often ended his feuds on top. The only people that pressed his buttons and tried to convince the audience to look at him differently were CM Punk, The Rock, and Daniel Bryan. Those three brought out something else in his promos during this time period. 2015 was a huge year for Cena. He changed significantly in ring and became a much stronger workhorse. That in itself will start...
I remember, tell the truth, out of that reign with the United States Championship, I remember he had some great matches. He had some great matches, especially with Sammy. I think Neville. There was one with Dean, if I remember right. I don't know. I think Dean. Cesaro was a good match too. Who else? Kevin Owens. When Kevin Owens debuted, I liked how Kevin Owens debuted, and I don't think there's anybody else that debuted like KO. And look at KO now, on top of the card. The man's a bitter. Shame. You know who I want? Kevin Owens should win the championship. I don't care. Cody. I'm not a Cody. I like Cody a little bit, but Cody gotta go. At this point, I don't even care if they turn Cody heel. I really don't. Cody is just ugh. I want to say he's trying to be like John. The reason why he can't even be like John, or it's not even worthy of the John Cena schedule, is because simply because I'm gonna just say it easy way, simply because of the championship. Just simply because of the championship. Even though he got the championship, that's the one that did him in. The fact that when Cody first came back, I'm going on a rant, I don't care. When Cody first came back, he immediately got into the main event status. Like, I'm gonna say it. I'm a WWE fan. I see AEW. I see what's going on. I checked in like once or twice, but I'm trying to put it all into words. But when he came to WWE, I tell you the truth, I like Stardust. Cool. I really did. I didn't like Stardust. When he came back, I was cool with it. It was the fact that he came back and he beat Seth 3 times. 3 times in a row. That's that Brock, for me, I feel like that's that Brock Lesnar stuff. But when Cody came back, it was like a push. It was like a push that you wanted it to like calm down. It's like when he came, it was like bah 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 bah. But the second go around after the WrestleMania with Roman on WrestleMania 39, that's what felt like that whole story. That should have been the first go around. Like when Sam, yeah, that should have been the first go around. That was what led to Sammy. It's like Cody came back at the right time, but the situation what was going on was not good at all. And me, I felt like if Cody never came back, I would have gave Roman's championship reign to Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, or Seth. Seth because of story, Sammy because of story, and KO because of the story. Them three. 1, 2, 3. And Kevin Owens because if you really think about it, in the beginning of the Roman's build for being tribal chief, Kevin Owens was really the one who had Roman's number. Sami Zayn also kind of had Roman's number, but the thing is, Sami had more emotional number against Roman. Because if you look at it, Sami was filling in. No disrespect to Sami. Sami was filling in for Dean. I'm sorry to say that, but Sami had Dean Ambrose's or John Moxley's role. And Seth, we already know why. And especially that we still, till this day, Roman has never, I'm saying this right now, Roman has never beaten Seth for a championship. No matter which way you twist it, no matter which way you bend it, you can bend it front, backwards, up, down, left, right, the whole combo. Roman has never beaten Seth for a championship. You can go back to the goddamn Royal Rumble. Roman choked out Seth. Roman cannot beat Seth because of physically or mentally. Now, Seth is going through his own thing right now. And even if we go back to it of Seth versus Roman, the tribal chief versus Seth freaking Rollins, again, I'm gonna say I feel like Roman may go over, but the fact is still there. Roman has never beaten Seth for a championship. So Roman can bounce around saying how he's a tribal chief. How you gonna be the tribal chief? You can't even beat Seth. And that's another thing. Seth really has a number against Roman. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get out of my chest. Back to the video.
Developed in 2011. He started bringing out more around that time period, but 2015 was when he went on a whole other level, adding several different moves to his arsenal and keeping up with the new WWE style. Cena adapted to the times and if anything shined bright. 2015 was a standout year and added to an already incredible legacy. We see people talk about 2015 all the time, but they tend to forget Cena of 2016 and 2017. He was very similar in ring, but his character was noticeably different. Now, whenever someone presses Cena in his promos, he starts to go all out and become a fireball. This happened from time to time, but was never a consistent thing. Cena went away due to injury around the end of...
Oh, speaking of Cena, y'all, somebody showed me this fact that about Cena. Or you know when Cena's about to reel you on a promo is when he takes off his hat and starts scratching his head. And for John's run, I want. This is how I want the rivalry to go back. This is how I will book it. Cena, I don't know if he's gonna be strictly Raw or SmackDown. So what I'm going to say with right now is say he's gonna be going in between, going back and forth. Cena versus LA Knight. I'm not going in order, by the way, because that's going to be more brain power I do not have. Cena versus LA Knight. Cena versus Cody, because I don't know why people want to see that. Cody is decent on the mic. The only time he's somewhat good is when he actually starts getting angry. That's the only time he's somewhat good. I don't think Cody can hang with Roman on the mic. Cena versus Roman, again. Cena versus Seth. Cena versus Punk. Cena versus Orton. Cena versus Paul. Again, I've been hearing that going around. For some reason, I want to see Cena versus Fatu. Jacob. And I can't wait for Zilla. How I'm liking it, I'm waiting for Zilla to get in because I don't really care about much. Cena versus... Who else? That's 8 people, by the way. I'm adding 2 more. Cena versus... I don't know. I'll give up.
2015, but upon its return, he noticed something about the new era. Now, at the time, WWE was spearheaded into a new era led by the likes of Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. In some ways, WWE didn't need the name of John Cena around anymore.
Speaking of Dean, I'm not even about to talk about what's going on in AEW. Y'all deal with that yourselves. Dean, aka John,
or at least not as much as they used to in the past. The reliance on Cena was dwindling rapidly, and the focus for the first time in 10 years was on entirely new faces. This unlocked a great iteration of Cena's character, and one we always forget to talk about in detail. His in-ring work was great at the time, but that's usually the main focus whenever the topic of Cena's later years comes up. You know, everyone knows that. We know the fact that John Cena had a much better moveset and changed things up. His first promo back, I thought he was going to turn heel or something. He comes out with a lot of fury and anger over being pushed aside. And the reason why I personally was convinced, well, not convinced, but I kind of believed that he would turn heel, is because I didn't see this level of confidence and almost arrogance from him. But he was angry. He was angry about people forgetting stuff, as if people forgot the decade of dominance. That's what it was. He's the final boss of WWE, yet everyone's overlooking it in favor of a slogan, the new era. And this promo highlighted his unwillingness to be pushed aside. Everyone knows what he's capable of, yet they're convinced these new guys, some of them that Cena beat in the past, are going to be the ones to bring change to the WWE. What makes this promo different is that Cena had that type of intensity you'd see in his promos with The Rock and CM Punk. Not to mention, he felt a bit arrogant because he was using his previous success as a barometer for the future. And the best part in all of this would start to become a regular occurrence in his promos. That's the best part. He was done acting humble. Nobody deserves that humble underdog, and Cena would constantly remind everyone of his name as a way to simply establish what his opponent was going up against. They're going up against John Cena, the face that runs the place. WWE wouldn't dare portray him like this in the past because there was a layer of truth It wouldn't serve their underdog narrative at all, but ever since 2011, they were slowly deviating away from it. And the funniest part in all of this is the fact that Cena looked the most as an underdog in his feud with AJ Styles than he ever did since the year of 2006. Cena often brought a lot of aggression on the mic, and you would be hard-pressed to find someone in WWE that had that same level of aggression and...
Oh, yeah, on the mic. Yeah, ain't nobody better. The only person who I can see somewhat better on the mic than Cena is 2011 Punk. Not now Punk. Edge. Back then. Now we talk about now. Paul is better on the mic. Oh, by the way, when Roman and John were feuding before Brock came back, Roman has gotten decently better on the mic against John. I feel like John held back on the mic. Now you see the younger Roman and the younger John from 2015, 2018. Y'all know that promo where John scorched Roman, the big dog Roman? John didn't hold that John. That John didn't hold back. The John against the tribal chief, that John held back. That John did held back. He didn't even take his hat off. He did. Oh, back to the point. Paul Heyman, The Miz. I don't care what y'all say, The Miz. Cody, no. No matter how much you said, Cody's not better than John on the mic.
Intensity he did back then. He lets the heels such as AJ Styles talk, and then he goes on this long tirade where he'd show why he's one of the best around. You saw a lot more with his promos than usual here. It felt like every promo from this type was one that fulfilled his potential to 100%, and it was the best that it could be. His attitude was so different, and I often think that if he had the same intensity with his promos and entire character in the past, people would look at him more fondly because back then he told those stupid jokes and occasionally brought that serious vibe about himself. It didn't happen often, not to mention that he was an underdog the entire time. It's refreshing seeing John Cena straight up tell you that he's not an underdog and he's the main guy to go through for the new era to begin. Because with John Cena around, there sure as hell will be no new era. That's what it was. He was a bully and didn't care because he was around to reclaim the title, beat AJ Styles, and show why he's the best. Who cares if Dean Ambrose's feelings are hurt or he's offended? Cena also treated Ambrose like he wasn't even close to his level. Someone that he literally doesn't care about. This little story also gave WWE...
I remember that. Hey, y'all remember when John got on Dean about Stone Cold's podcast? I feel like that's true still to this day. Cause can't talk about it.
Be a strong opening to explore a deeper side of Cena's character, because Ambrose straight up eviscerated him and treated John Cena like a character, whereas he is authentic. He'll never be a great politician because he can't be someone that holds down other talent. This should have been the WrestleMania 33 match because it would give this version of Cena someone that brings out all his flaws and exposes him more. It'd be an interesting story because it forced them to address some of the John Cena booking problems in the past. Plus, it would have been better than what we got. And Cena of the past would be like fine speech. Here, he got so offended by Ambrose that he assaulted him. Very rarely does that happen. Nothing was going to stop him from regaining the title. This version of Cena would call his old self a fraud and a master politician. As for his weaknesses in storyline, for one, even though he talked a lot, he wasn't as much of a threat as he was in the past. And this helps the 16th title storyline a lot because Cena around this time period hadn't held the WWE Championship in 2 years. He almost couldn't win the big one to save his life, and that question also ties into another question of, is Cena done? Are his best days behind him and retirement is near? That's why it was interesting. And when you add all of these things up, you get one of the best versions of John Cena and one we don't really acknowledge enough. We didn't even talk about his in-ring skills at that time. Like, we already know 2015 Cena. 16 and 17, he's mostly the same. However, he did have a tendency of going a little too hard on his opponents. You know, the problem with John Cena is, for as good as he is on the mic, he kind of makes some other people look worse. He told Roman Reigns, this is a promo, you need to learn how to cut one of these in order to be a main event. He cooked them there.
What I was talking about. What I was talking about. That promo. I watched that promo live on television. And dog. Cut you down on size. Cut you down to size. Cut you down.
He killed him. I felt like John Cena was overpowered at the time of his promos. His promos here weren't even limited. He'd go all out in almost all of them, eviscerate, destroy, obliterate his opponent, cook them hard, and not many of them could respond well.
Hey, you know,
John Cena had a lot of great promos here. His new era promo.
you know, now that I'm watching this video, and now that I think to myself about this whole version of John, was this the heel John Cena we was supposed to get? Like, I heard from stories of John talking about he already had the music ready, he had everything ready for his heel turn. It just didn't go through. I'm gonna say this until I get proven wrong. This version of John, what she says is John Cena 2016 and 2017. This version of John was the anti-hero John. And I'm just leaving that there.
Oh, this promo was him basically telling everyone to not forget about him, and that if they want to have a new era, they gotta go through him. This promo here, challenge to SummerSlam with AJ Styles, this once again showed a lot of intensity from Cena, and it was a great way to hype up their match for SummerSlam. Talking smack, he talked trash about Dean Ambrose, criticized him, said that Roman and Seth are bona fide main eventers, whereas he only won his title off of Money in the Bank cash-in and hasn't really established himself as well as the other two. His two promos against AJ Styles in the lead-up to Royal Rumble. The last one, though, was the best one and one of the best in John Cena's career. He reminded AJ Styles that he was around here for 6 months, whereas he, Cena, established himself and dominated for over 10 years. I see a lot of people like it, but they don't really like it as much because it feels like they don't acknowledge Styles' accolades before WWE. But that comes with Cena's new character, you know? Like, this was a different version of John Cena. He was a bit more arrogant, he was a bit more out there and a bit more aggressive and rude and all that kind of stuff. You know, he wasn't that respectful guy he was as he used to be. The Miz, once again, he trashed Miz here, called him a jealous person and lead
This promo here, that was, I wasn't shocked that John cursed. I wasn't shocked that John could curse. It was, I wouldn't say the fact that he cursed. It was the fact that John, how he said it. It was the aggression. And that's another thing about John. Nobody has the aggression like John. Like when John is on the mic and he gets aggressive, like the promo he did with Edge way back in 2008, 9, when they was in the Rated R segment, and John had his shirt off saying, "If you gonna jump, jump." You get what I'm saying? When he gets the it's like a punching bag. After John said, I was like, yep, John Cena won the promo. John Cena has won the promo. That's John is on I would say he's on my Mount Rushmore of people on the mic. Now, if I wanted to say who ought to have on the mic, on my Mount Rushmore of people on the mic, John, Seth, I don't know who the other two be. But I would say who's my Mount Rushmore in general for wrestling? John, Seth, Randy, and Bray. That's about it.
WrestleMania. And I want to mention this as well, even though Cena like destroyed all these guys and whatnot, a lot of them did respond, so it brought out a lot of good TV and a lot of entertaining moments. So there's that. And of course, the Roman Reigns promo, the one where Cena basically told him that he's a failed main eventer and that WWE should look elsewhere for a new talent. That's one of the crazier promos of 2017 and one that has to be mentioned every time we talk about the year. So there's that. But yeah, I just wanted to make this quick video about this version of John Cena. You know, his character is very interesting here because he had a lot of things. He was way more arrogant and confident, but he was much weaker than previously. And when you add all these elements together, you get a great character. You know,
Man, shout out to you, Wrestle Premier, man. You done made me go down memory lane, dog. I can't wait for Cena's last run. You all gonna miss him. Well, thank y'all for joining me on this video. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all keep me company and listen to me as I talk about wrestling. One of my favorite things to do. And it's time for me to let y'all outside so we can all go. So, see y'all later. Goodbye. This is my door to the next video. So, peace out.